Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday and are looking forward to the new year. So, I wanted to come on here quick because my 5-day riding boot camp is starting on this Wednesday, like 2 days away. And I don't want you to miss out. I've literally spent the entire Christmas holiday working on boot camp and putting together an epic 5 days of training. So by the end of boot camp, you're going to have a goal for 2026 and a step by step plan to achieve your goals. And I'm super excited because it's really important that you have some goals and that you set some intentions for the year ahead. Studies show that when you have goals, you're actually happier, you're more effective, you're more motivated, and it's going to make such a big difference in the year ahead. So, let's see. Hello from Israel. Hello from the Netherlands. Fantastic. I hope you all are coming to boot camp. So the agenda for boot camp is it's starting this year on December 31st. We're actually going to be doing our goal setting workshop on December 31st, which means that on January 1st, you're already going to have your 2026 goals mapped out for the year ahead. I put together this really awesome worksheet for you to help you write out and design your goals for the year ahead. And for this 5-day riding boot camp, just like a little background, I put a ton of research into creating the boot camp for you and the presentations for you. So I've listened to a bunch of podcasts, I've read books, I've been doing these goal setting webinars, I think for 5 or 6 years now. And so I really have a formula that helps riders to set their riding goals because we all know how hard riding is. And so it's really important that you set the right type of goals and that you also have an action plan to help you reach your goals. So there's this great quote that says, "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall down to the level of your system." So this boot camp is about number one, helping you to set your riding goals. And then number two is helping you to create that system so that you can stay accountable and that you can make little milestones towards your goals so that that way you feel successful. So if you're here, type in the chat if you are excited about 2026 and if you know what your goals are for the year ahead. So let's see. We have hello. I look forward to your boot camp every year. Awesome. Hello from Zimbabwe. Very cool. Hello from Canada. Oh, so the worksheet, if you register for boot camp, make sure that you sign up for boot camp. And there you will be able to download your worksheet. So I wanted to talk quickly about kind of how I have designed the boot camp for all of you. And I really encourage you to make a little bit of extra time over the boot camp to come to the live trainings. Each one of the trainings really builds on the next. And so day one is all about setting your riding goals. And I'm also going to cover 5 of the most common mistakes I see with setting goals because there are some pitfalls that you want to make sure that you avoid, particularly for riding and for horses. Nothing is worse than setting goals that are unattainable or where you don't really have a plan and then you forget your goals by the end of January. And I know we're all guilty of that, is we kind of, it's New Year's Day and you set these goals and then you don't stay accountable towards reaching your goals. And then maybe you're feeling a little bit like now, like, oh, it's the end of the year. I kind of wasted the year. I didn't really achieve my goals, but that's okay. This is a good time to reset and then start over. Now, what's super important about the boot camp is not only should you come to the first day of goal setting, which is going to be on December 31st, but I also really encourage you to come to the follow-up days because on the second day of boot camp, we're going to be talking about rhythm and balance. I'm not going to give away too much, but not only are we talking about rhythm, which is the base of the training scale, and that's what gives us that connection and partnership with our horses, but also helping you to find a rhythm and a cadence to your training plan and also a balance for, resting your horse, working your horse, learning education. Like there's a lot packed into day 2. Day 3 is about rider position, because rider position is everything, regardless of what your goal is. Got to work on your rider position. Day 4 is on creating connection. Connection is like the most special part of riding, like feeling that partnership and that harmony with your horse. But it's also the hardest part of riding, because we all struggle to get our horse soft and supple and round, and like all those things are so hard. So that's day 3. And then day 4, no, that's day 4. Day 5 is top line and throughness. And again, that's a process, but each of the follow-up days of boot camp are helping you, and along with this worksheet is writing down your goals and then helping you with like those step-by-step milestones for what you need to have in your plan so that you can actually accomplish your goals. So I see a lot of you I'm super excited. Working on the round pen and groundwork. Fantastic. Cindy's excited for 2026 boot camp. Yeah, these boot camps are so much fun. And please, please, please invite your riding friends to come. If you can attend live, we have some prizes to give away. Oh, I'll show you. I have these awesome wall calendars. If you're in Strides, we may have sent you one. But we are going to be giving away some of these wall calendars for the entire year of 2026 to keep you motivated and exciting. But bottom line is this. I've spent a lot of time over the holidays talking to my students, and I know how passionate you are about your riding, and you're probably at a time where in your life where you're able to commit a little bit more to your horses. And of course, you're still limited by time. I think we're all limited by time in one way or another. Either you feel like you're running out of time and the clock is ticking, or you struggle to find that time to devote to your riding and to your horses. But it's so important to us, right? To feel that connection with our horses and to spend the time with our horses. And 2026 is actually the year of the horse. So it's like the zodiac symbol. It's the year of the horse. And it's all about running towards your goals and running towards your passion and making that commitment to what's important to you. Because if riding is important to you, then you will make the time. And the other thing is, I hope my goal for this boot camp is to help you dream a little bit and to help you imagine what is possible and what riding really means to you. Why do you have a horse? Why do you enjoy it so much? And then through that dreaming, to get you excited and inspired for the year ahead. So that's step 1, is to just let's get ready for the year ahead. But then step 2 is let me help you to create a plan, like a step-by-step plan, and to understand all those ingredients and all those little baby steps that you need to reach and to achieve your riding goals. And I've been doing these goal setting and these boot camps for many years now. I've trained a lot of horses from the beginning up to the Grand Prix. I've also helped a lot of riders like you, and through my online programs and also through my clinics and my in-person teachings. And so I have a system and I kind of know what ingredients that you need to set you up for success. And so I'm really excited to be a part of your journey in the year ahead. So let's see. There's some questions in the chat. I'm looking forward to the calendar. Yes, me too. What are the hours for boot camp? So the morning trainings are going to be at 8 a.m. Pacific time each day from December 31st through January 3rd. There are evening trainings if you sign up for VIP or if you're in Strides. The evening trainings will be at 5 p.m. The good news is that everything is recorded. So if you're like, Amelia, I cannot come at that time, don't worry. Please RSVP for the boot camp, and all of the recordings will be available for 1 week. So this is a little kick in the butt to you, that it's the beginning of the year. It's kind of like a clean slate, and give yourself a little time over the next couple of weeks to plan, to set your goals, to make them really specific and achievable. And I'm going to help you do that in the riding boot camp. And then mostly, yes, the trainings are in Pacific time. And then mostly is reflect a little bit on what's important to you. If you, so one of the podcasts I listen to, you'll get a kick out of this. Um, there was this great podcast that Mel Robbins did on goal setting. And she was like, if you're not sure what your goals are, think about the end, think about death. If you're laying on your deathbed, what are you going to regret not doing now? And that's a little bit morbid, of course, but it is usually at the end of life where people look back and they have those regrets. Like, I wish that I'd prioritized myself. I wish I'd prioritized my riding. I wish I'd bought the horse. I wish I'd gone to the clinic. I wish I'd, taken the lesson. And so this is a time for you to reflect on what is important to you and then figure out a way and figure out a system to step towards your goals. And one thing I always work for in my programs and in my boot camps is to make it simple, to make it achievable, and to give you that step by step. Because if I have this great slide in my presentation of a ladder, and if the ladder, like if the steps are too big, you're reaching and you can't get up the ladder. But if you break it down into smaller steps, you can climb all the way to the top. And that is so much of like training your horse. And what I help you to understand is if your goal is this big goal, right? Like you want to canter your horse in the field, or you want to teach your horse flying changes. What are those little baby steps that you need to take in order to reach your goals? So step one is come to boot camp. I cannot wait for it. And I literally put hundreds of hours. I think we have like thousands of slides. My team and I were going over the slides this morning. So I put a lot of time and effort into just making it a really exciting week and mostly helping you with your horse to achieve your goals. So thank you all for being here. I will see you on December 31st, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And I can't wait to make 2026 the year of the horse for you. All right, I got to go work on